Hi, welcome to the Lam Rim retreat, the Steps of the Path to Liberation. I'd like to welcome Stanley Chen, my translator. Thank you for coming.
大家好，欢迎来到这个掌中解脱道次第进修营。首先想要欢迎一下我的翻译 Stanley。And
thank you for translating over and over.
谢谢你，就是不断的替我做翻译。
So as you probably know, this is our 35th Steps to the Path retreat.
正如你可能已经知道了，这是我们第35期的道次第进修营了。
And we are going through one of the greatest books, in my opinion, ever written in this world.
我们在持续讲解着，在我看来是全星球最伟大的其中一本书之一。
It's called The Gift of Liberation. Put in your hand.
这本书的名字叫掌中解脱，意思是解脱之理就放在你的手掌当中。
And it's a beautiful idea that if you study this book and if you read this book,
这是一个很美妙的理念，就是如果你去学习这本书，去阅读这本书，
then it's like somebody just coming and giving you freedom, liberation.
这就是就像是好像有人来到你面前，然后把这个解脱的礼物放到你的手掌当中。
So this time we're going to be doing this retreat at home.
所以这一次呢，我们会在自己的家里面进行这一次进修营。
Because of the virus situation around the world.
因为现在全球的疫情的状况。
And I think it might even be better.
我想这可能会是更好的一种情况。
So each day we're going to do about half an hour.
每天我们大概会有就是半个小时的学习时间。
And it will go for 25 days.
然后会持续25天。
And I think it'll be a great format for all of us.
那我也认为这会是对我们所有人来讲都是一个很好的模式。
And we'll also be doing meditations together during that time.
我们也会在那段时间内一起做冥想。
So each segment, each day is going to have its own name.
所以每一次的视频，每一天都会有它自己的名字。
And each segment will have its own ideas behind it.
每一节视频呢，都有它背后对应的内容。
And each segment has its own main image or picture.
然后每一节视频呢，都有它主要的这个图片。
So what you see here in the picture,
所以你在这里，在这个图片所看到的
are steps going into the sky, and there's a door in the sky.
就是一节节的这个一步一步这个阶梯通往天空，然后天空中有一扇门。
And that's the meaning of the word Lam Rim.
这就是道次第 Lam Rim 这个词的意思。
I like to think of it like when you buy a piece of furniture from Ikea.
然后呢，我的一个理解就是，就好像你从宜家家居买一个家具的时候，
you get a paper and it says first do this, then do that, then do that, then do that.
你会拿到一张纸，然后这个纸张会一步步的来解释，先做这一步，再下一步，再下一步。
And you don't have to think too much.
你不需要想太多。
You just do the first thing.
你只需要做第一步。
Hook these two things together.
把这两个绑在一起。
Then okay, what's the second thing?
好，那下一步又是什么？
It says screw the screw here.
然后把这个螺丝啊就镶进去。
Then you just, it's for dummies.
这是为这个笨蛋所设计的。
You don't think about the chair you're making.
你其实不需要去思考你在建的这个桌子或者椅子。
You just do those instructions one by one.
你只需要按照这个指示一步一步的去做。
I don't know about you, but I get scared when I buy those furniture that I have to put together.
我也不知道大家怎么想的，有时候我去买这些我要自己组装的家具的时候，我会有点害怕。
And I look at all the papers and all the screws and I think, I'm going to fail.
然后我就看着所有这些纸张，所有的螺丝钉，我就会担心说我要失败了，造不好了。
And in my long life, what I learned.
但是在我长寿的这个生命当中，我所学习到的是
Just shut up.
只需要闭上嘴
Open the box.
打开盒子
Get the instruction book.
然后拿出这个指南说明。
Don't look at the whole thing.
不要看全部的内容。
Don't look at all the parts.
不要看所有的这个零件部分。
Just look at the first sentence.
只需要看第一句话。
Put this screw in this hole.
就是把这个螺丝钉钉到这个洞里。
And then I do that.
然后我就照做。
And I feel okay.
然后我感觉是
Then I say,
可以
okay,
的。
I'm ready for the second one.
然后我就会想说，我已经准备好做第二个了。
And then just if I take it piece by piece.
如果我把它拆成一步一步来。
Step by step.
一步一步来做的话。
And I don't worry too much really about what I'm going to get at the end.
而且我不要太去担心我在结束的时候会得到什么。
Then suddenly the last screw went in.
那突然间呢，你会发现你 镶进了最后一个螺丝钉。
And suddenly I have a beautiful chair.
那突然间我已经组装好一个非常美的一张非常美的椅子了。
My partner Veronica says, "Oh, you're so smart."
我的伴侣Veronica 就会跟我说，哇，你真的太聪明了。
And actually, I'm not smart. I'm stupid. I just do one by one.
实际上我并不是聪明，我是很愚蠢的，因为我只是一步接一步的做。
So Lam Rim is the same.
所以倒次第也是一样的，
Just do the steps, dummy, one by one.
只需要像这个傻瓜的方法，一步一步的来进行。
Then suddenly one day you look down, you don't have a chair.
然后突然间呢，有一天你往下一看，你有的不是一张椅子，
You have a Buddha body.
而是有佛陀的身
You're
体
like,。Oh, I'm done.
然后你就想，哦，我已经完成了。
Okay, so think like that.
所以请这样去想，
Just take the steps one by one.
只需要按照这个步骤一步一步来做，
Enjoy each step, focus on each step.
去享受每一个步骤，去专注每一个步骤。
And then by the end, you're Buddha and you didn't have to do anything.
然后到结束的时候，你已经成佛了，你什么都不用做了。
Okay, so we started these retreats in 2010.
所以呢，我们是在2010年开始这些进修营的，
Usually 7 to 10 days.
通常是7到10天一次。
And oftentimes we went to Diamond Mountain Retreat Center.
我们会经常去到钻石山闭关中心来举办。
And more recently to other countries.
那最近几年呢，有去到别的国家。
We have a very pleasant annual retreat in the summer in Guadalajara, Mexico.
我们有一个非常令人愉悦的夏季的每年一次在夏季在墨西哥的瓜达拉哈拉进行的夏季进修营。
And nowadays we have a special retreat in Bali each year at around December.
那近来呢，我们每一年在大概12月份的时候，都会在巴厘岛进行这个进修营。
And Jasmine Yao from Guangzhou and her team,
然后来自广州的姚玲丽和她的团队，
they have like 700 people come
他们会让700个学生来参
to
加
a，beautiful hotel.
来到一所非常美丽的酒店，
And we enjoy swimming in the ocean.
然后我们也很享受在大海当中游泳。
So we'll still be doing those retreats.
这些进修营我们还会进行。
If the virus has settled down by July,
如果这个疫情在7月份已经过去的话，
we'll see you in Mexico.
我们就会能够在墨西哥见到大家。
It's a very beautiful place.
那是一个非常美的地方。
And then in December, we'll see you in Bali.
然后在12月份的时候，我们会在巴厘岛跟大家见面。
And in October, we'll do a special retreat at Diamond Mountain in Arizona in America.
然后在10月份，在美国亚利桑那州，我们在钻石山闭关中心会进行一个很特别的进修营。
So each time we do a retreat,
那我们每一次做这种进修营的时候，
at the beginning,
在一开始，
I like to tell you how far did we go, how far do we have to go.
我都喜欢跟大家讲讲我们目前的进度报告，就是我们已经去到哪里了，已经还要走多远。
And I can see from how fast we are going.
我也能够看到我们进程的速度是什么。
And by the way, I am purposely not going fast.
顺便一提，我是有目的性的，不会讲很快。
They say when you drink an old wine, I don't drink a wine, but
就是有这么一个说法，当你品尝一杯老酒的时候，就是通常我是不喝酒的，
but you should drink it slow.
但是你应该就是慢慢的去品，
Enjoy the taste.
然后去享受它的味道，
You know, swish it around in your mouth
然后在你的口中漱一漱，
and then swallow. You know?
然后再吞下。
So I want to study the steps to the path like that.
所以我想要用品这个陈年老酒的方式来学习到此地。
We are going slow.
我们在慢慢的讲，
In English, we say we are savoring the taste. We are enjoying the taste.
有一个说法就是说我们在品味着它的味道，
And we are stopping off many times
而且我们经常会停下来
to go deeper.
去讲更深，在某一些点上
And。in some of these sessions, we'll just do a meditation the whole time.
有一些我们这样的环节，我们就会全部做冥想。
And so my dream is that these teachings on the steps to the path,
所以我的一个梦想就是这一些道次第的教授，
the total plan is going to take 23 years.
就是完整的整一个讲完，计划是要23年，
We already finished 10 years.
我们已经完成10年了。
And my total plan is 13 more years.
我的完整的计划就是还要多讲13年。
If we go on schedule,
如果我们能够按进程的话，
we will finish in 2039.
我们会在2039年完成。
And I will be 87 years old.
我那个时候已经是87岁了。
Stanley will be 20, I think.
然后 Stanley 那个时候大概20岁。
Just kidding.
开玩笑。
And so, in my feeling, in my opinion,
所以我的感受是，我的看法是
I want these teachings to be part of your whole life.
我想要这一些教授能够成为你生命当中的一部分。
So 23 years is a big part of anybody's adult life.
对任何人来讲，就是23年肯定是他成年生活很重要的一部分。
And my dream is that you have this support in your life.
我的梦想是你在生命当中能够得到这样的支持。
For 23 years.
持续23年。
And every year.
然后每一年呢
？3-4 times.
3到4次。
You'll have the opportunity to go to another retreat if you want in person.
你都有机会，如果你想要的话，可以去亲自参加一些这样的进修营。
But we also broadcast them for free.
当然，我们也会免费来做直播。
If we might ask you to help with the cost of the airplane if you have to come there.
那如果你必须来到那里的话，那我们可能会请你来支持一些，譬如说机票的费用。
Or the hotel cost.
或者酒店的这些运营成本。
Or the cost of these cameras and all of this equipment.
或者所有这些摄像啊，所有这些机器设备的费用。
But there's no charge for the teaching.
但是教授本身我们是不收这个学费的。
And so for 23 years.
所以这23年来
I want you to just enjoy these classes.
我想要大家在这23年来要好好的享受这些课堂。
And I think it will be a foundation for your life.
我想这会成为你生命当中的基础。
My teacher took 30 years.
我的老师花了30年。
He taught it twice in 30 years.
他在30年内教了2次。
And for me, it gave me a foundation for the happiness of my life.
那对我来讲，这些教授就给我生命当中的幸福快乐提供了基础。
So, okay, it's the 35th retreat now.
所以我们现在呢是第35期的进修营了。
We'll finish this book after 50 retreats.
我们在50次进修营之后就会完成这一本书的讲解。
Then this book has a sister book.
但是这本书呢还有另外一本姐妹的书籍。
Which is called The Great Steps on the Path by Geshe Michael.
是由宗喀巴大师所写的《道次第广论》。
Actually, that Lam Rim was written before this Lam Rim.
实际上，那一部道次第的书籍呢，是在掌中解脱之前就写下的。
And when that Steps to the Path reached the last 2 of the 6 perfections.
然后，当这个道次第的教授最后讲到6波罗蜜里面的最后2个的时候。
Which is meditation and emptiness.
那就是冥想跟空性。
Then Tsongkhapa, there's a story. He had trouble writing it.
那宗喀巴大师当时有这么一个故事，就是他有困难写不下去这2章了。
And he started, but he wasn't doing a very good job.
他开始有写，但是呢，其实写的不是很顺利。
And then he prayed to Manjushri, the angel of wisdom.
然后他向这个智慧的总集，就是文殊师利做祈祷。
And then he was able to finish the section about meditation and emptiness.
那之后他才能够就是完成这2章，就是冥想跟智慧的写作。
And it's something like 200 pages.
然后大概有200多页。
So for dessert.
所以呢，作为甜点。
After we finish the 50 retreats.
在我们完成这50次进修营之后。
Let's do another 40 retreats.
我们再做40次的这个进修营。
About this great presentation of meditation, how to meditate and how to see emptiness.
然后是关于这个非常非常棒的一个解说，是关于如何去做冥想，然后如何去直见空性这2章的内容。
So that's our plan.
那这就是我们的计划。
Your life will go through many changes.
你的生活会经历许多的变故。
During this 33 years total.
在这33年总共的时间里。
Your life will go through many changes.
你的生活会经历很多的变化。
Sometimes you might be very interested in these retreats.
那有时候有一个阶段，你可能会对这些进修营非常感兴趣。
You will travel to Mexico or to Bali or America to see those retreats.
你会长途跋涉来到墨西哥，或者来到美国，或者巴厘岛来参加这些进修营。
And then sometimes your family life or your business life or your personal emotions will change for a few years.
那有时候可能几年内你的家庭生活、你的事业或者你的个人的这个情绪的状态会发生变化。
And maybe you will just watch them on the video.
或许你只会通过就是看视频的方式来参加，
Or maybe you will decide you're too busy to watch them.
或者你会决定就是你太忙了，你都不想看。
But our plan, ACI's plan,
那我们亚洲经典学院的计划是，
we will video everything.
我们会把一切都拍摄下来，
You'll
全
have
部。
33 years of videos.
你会有33年的这个视频，
And when you're ready,
当你准备好的时候，
anytime you want,
任何时候，
you can go on the ACI website and you can see, you can access these
你
videos.
都可以上到 ACI 的网站，就是这个亚洲经典学院的网站去看到这些视频。
So don't worry too much about it.
所以不用太担心。
If you feel very interested,
如果你感觉到这时候兴趣很浓，
then fly to where the retreat is being held.
然后就坐飞机去到任何我们在举办这个进修营的地方。
If you're busy, then watch it online.
如果很忙碌的话，那就上网去看。
If you're super busy, save it for later.
如果你超级忙碌的话，你可以留到之后再看。
But our commitment
但是我们所做的承诺是，
is that in your life,
在你的生命当中，
you will have these many years of teachings.
你将会能够拥有这些多年的持续的教授。
They will be ready for you anytime you're ready.
任何时候，当你准备好的时候，他们都会在那里。
In my experience,
那在我的经历当中，
when people get a serious illness like cancer,
譬如说，当人们得到一些重病，癌症之类，
or something happens big in their life, like their husband or wife passes away,
或者说他们生命当中有一些重大的事件发生，譬如说是他的先生或者太太去世了，
then they need support.
那他们就会需要支持。
And these videos on the steps of the path,
这一些到次第的视频
they will be waiting for you.
就会等待着你。
When you're ready,
当你准备好的时候，
they'll be here.
他们就会在这里。
And we make that commitment to you.
我们
Okay?
在此向大家做下这样的承
All
诺。
right, so let's talk about the big divisions or the big parts we've already finished.
那我们先来讲讲，就是我们已经讲完的内容当中的一些总体的这个纲要，
In these last 10 years,
在过去10年当中的内容。
the steps of the path are divided into 3 big divisions.
这个道次第的教授啊，总共可分为3大点。
The short name is Kebuchung,
然后它的这个短称，第一个是 Kebuchung，
Kebuding,
然后 Kebujing，
and Kebuchembo.
然后 Kebuchemo。
Kebuchung means the teachings for people of lowest capacity.
Kebuchung 的意思就叫下士道，就是那些针对就是能力最低的那一类人的教授。
And lowest capacity person in the Lam Rim
在道次第当中，下士道的人的意思是什么呢？
is somebody who's worried, are they gonna go down after they die?
就是那一些会担心自己死后会不会往下掉的人。
And right now, maybe you're not worried about it.
那现在你可能不会太担心，
But if something happens to you,
但如果你遇到一些事情，
if you get a serious disease,
如果你得了重病，
you get into an accident of some kind,
或者你遇到某一类的意外，
it will become the most important thing in your life.
那这就会变成你生命当中最重要的事情了。
Like, where am I going after
你
this?
就会想说，我在这一次旅程之后会去
And,
哪里？
how can I get some insurance that I won't go down?
我如何能够去确保，就得到一些保证保险，我不会往下掉？
So that motivation or that capacity,
所以这种动机或者这种能力，
it's called literally it's called a small person.
就是在经典当中把这种称之为下士道，就是能力很小的人。
Then a medium person, and we finished that.
这个我们已经讲完了。
And if you didn't hear those early retreats, you can find them online.
如果你还没有听过这些进修营的教授，你可以上网找到内
And
容。
we'll put up all the links for you.
我们会为大家放上这所有的这个链接，对应的链接。
The second big section
就是第二大部分呢，
is called medium people,
叫做中士道的人，中士道，
medium motivation.
也就是中级的、中等的这个动机。
And these people are like, even if I'm reborn, even if I don't go down as an animal,
这些人会担心说，即使我死后不会往下掉，譬如说受生为畜生动物之类的，
even if I'm born as a human,
即使我能够再次受生为人，
it's so much trouble.
这个麻烦还是很多啊。
I would like to reach nirvana.
我想要能够证得涅槃，
And then I don't have to go back to a life full of problems.
然后我就不需要再回到充满麻烦的一生当中，
Getting older and older,
越来越衰老，
my body falling
然
apart,
后身体在消亡，
losing my family.
我在逐渐失去我的家人，
Okay, I don't even want to go through a human life again.
我甚至都不再愿意经历人类的一生了。
I would like to find, you can say a human life, but one as we call arhat, or someone who reached nirvana.
我愿意要找的是，你也可以把这种叫做就是人类的生命，或者说就是能够证得阿罗汉的生命。
And they will never again live a life with any trouble in it.
然后阿罗汉呢，的生命就是他们一生当中永远不会再遇到任何的麻烦。
And in the highest section of this teaching
然后这个教授当中最高的一种级别
is a Gibbo Chembo.
叫做 Geshe Michael Roach，
These are called great people,
这些叫做就是上世道的人。
and their motivation is more complete.
那他们的动机是更加完整的，
Say, even if I get out of all pain,
他们会想说，即使是我个人能够远离所有的痛苦，
it wouldn't be very nice if my family cannot come with me and my friends cannot come with me.
但如果我的家人或者朋友不能跟着我一起的话，那也不是一件特别好的事情。
And in fact, all the people in the world
那实际上是包括所有这个世界上别的生命，
and all the people in the many worlds of this universe.
以及是这个宇宙当中其他世界里面的所有的生命。
I was reading an article in a science magazine yesterday,
我昨天读了一个科学杂志的一篇文章，
and they've located thousands of planets, thousands of stars that have planets.
他们已经就是定位了就是成千上万颗的这个星球。
And according to Buddha,
根据佛陀的教授，
there are people on some of those planets,
那些世界上是有人的，有一些世界是有人的，
and they are also going through the same trouble that we go through.
他们也在经历着我们在经历的同样的问题。
So part of being a bodhisattva,
所以啊，就是我们菩萨的工作的一部分，就是
you don't just think about your own
你
family,
不只是关心自己的家庭，
and you don't just think about your own neighbors.
你不只是关心自己的邻居，
You think about people all over the world.
你会想全世界的人，考虑全世界的人。
If you study this teaching,
如果你学习这个教授的话，
you also realize your neighbors include many other planets.
然后你也会意识到你的邻居们其实是包含很多其他这个星球上的生命的，
And we have to take care of all of them.
他们所有这些生命我们都要照顾，
So that's our highest motivation.
所以这就是最高级的动机。
Now, we are in the middle of the medium motivation right now after 10 years.
那我们在10年之后呢，我们讲到了中士道的内容当中的中间了，
And that had two big parts.
这个又分为2大部分。
One is called Tarpa Dunyaki Lokyepa, which means to try to have the motivation to reach a life which has no pain.
第一个的意思就是说，想要能够升起这样的动机，能够受生到没有痛苦的下一世。
Yeah, how can I get to nirvana, which is 没有痛苦?
没有痛苦。意思就是说，我们如何能够证得涅槃。
And then the second big part of the medium person's motivation
而那个中士道之人的动机当中的第2大部分是，
is, okay, what's the path to get to nirvana?
那就是证得涅槃的这个道路是什么？
And to study the path to get to nirvana, you have to study something else,
那开始去证得涅槃的道呢，我们要先开始做别的事情，
which is called Kunjung Korwe Jugrim Samba, which means, how did I get in this mess in the first place?
意思就是要先去思考，我在一开始之初是如何进入到这个混乱当中的，这个糟糕的情况当中的。
And that question, how did I get in this mess in the first place?
这个最初我是如何掉入混乱当中的这个问题，
It has 3 parts.
又分为3部分。
First part,
第一部分，
how did I start to have negative thoughts like anger or desire or jealousy?
我是如何开始 产生像这种愤怒啊，或者是嫉妒啊等等的烦恼的念头的。
Then secondly,
然后第二，
when I have those negative thoughts, how do I collect karma?
当我升起这种负面的念头的时候，这种烦恼念，那我又如何就是造业的？
Then because of that karma,
那因为我所造的业力，
I'm going to go through death,
我将会经历死亡，
and I will have to cross to another life.
我将会需要再跨越到下一世。
And then we explore, what does it feel like to die? What does it feel like to go to the next life?
然后我们会去探索了解，就是死亡会是什么样子的，跨越到下一世的那个过程又是什么样的。
And we're in the middle of that section.
所以我们就在这一部分的中间的位置。
So that's the end of the first segment.
所以这个就是我们第一个视频的结尾了。
The first segment was called Where Have the Steps Taken Us?
这个视频的名字叫做道次第将我们带到了哪里。
And we came a long way in 10 years.
在10年来，我们已经走了长长的一段路。
And now we are going to discuss, how is it that we die? What happens to us after we die? How do we go to the next life?
那接下来我们要开始讨论的就是死亡的过程，然后死后会怎么样，然后死后我们会去到哪里。
So we'll see you next time in segment 2.
然后在第二段视频，我们再跟大家见面。
Thank you.
谢谢。